didn't throw a lot in the fall? I think you're coming off a little bit of an injury.
I just didn't throw much because we were just trying to figure out some stuff after summer and everything and how much I had thrown during last season, just trying to figure out and see how the new people were going to come in. And I was really honestly excited to see the new girls come in. I was excited to know that we were going to be more as a team and just really excited to see how our next year was going to go.
No hitter, how'd it feel?
It felt great. I mean, I didn't even know like during the game that it was going on. It just kind of one of those things, just focused, not really paying attention to anything, just doing what Coach Lombardi asked. Hey, just get some outs, make sure we're staying up and you can get us back into the dugout. And so it was nice just like after the game, like, oh, hey, by the way, you threw a no-hitter. And just like, oh, thanks, guys. Didn't know.
Is that your first time or have you done it before?
I believe it's my first collegiate one, but I had thrown a few in high school.
What were those like?
Definitely the same kind of mindset. Try to be pretty neutral on the mound, just not really focused on anything. Just keep my mind as like, oh, hey, this is the pitch she called. That's what she wants. All right, here, I'm going to throw it. And just kind of just move on from pitch to pitch, at bat to at bat, out to out.
What were some of the things that you were working on in the offseason in the fall to bring to the start of this season in particular in terms of whether it be command or adding pitches or velocity or any of those things? Just what were some of those things you were working on?
I would say probably mindset as far as being able to know what I wanted to throw. Definitely freshman year, I didn't expect to get as many innings as I did, but I didn't know how to throw to college hitters. Like, yes, in travel ball, I threw to the best of the best, but I wasn't sure, like, in college. Like, I'm an 18-year-old playing against 21, 22, especially now with COVID, you're, like, older girls. And so it was kind of just understanding if I don't really feel comfortable with a pitch, what do I want to feel comfortable with next time? And just kind of understanding that control that I had in the game and trusting my gut on what I wanted to throw.
So do you have to grow into the comfortability in shaking off, which I would imagine as a freshman pitcher is natural, but like Brooke really didn't have to worry about being comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. Did you have to grow into that and to work with Tara and coach to feel more comfortable with that?
Yeah, my travel, I really liked my pitching coach who called for us, and I really liked his ideas, but there were times where I felt like, oh, I'm not sure, but like I was always told, just trust him. So coming here and learning like, no, I'm able to shake off if I don't want to throw what she had called or if I just want something different because I see something else happening. I had to just learn to be like, yes, like I can trust my gut in times.
How much more are you trusting your gut this season versus last season? I mean, as you're growing and getting more experience, how much more are you doing that?
I haven't done it at all, I don't think, this year yet, but I just know more on what I want to throw in those counts. And I feel like talking with Lombardi after freshman year, like we've realized what I'm really solid with in counts and versus different teams. Like, hey, I feel really good with this today. I'd rather throw this than something else. And so we have a good communication this year that I felt came along with last year on what I want to throw.
When you've got a weekend like this coming up, where obviously you've already played some really good teams as well, like Oklahoma State and San Diego State, but all five of these teams are really good, and if you get the nod against Florida, which I would imagine you will, they're the top hitting team in the country, and everyone's hitting over 350, and a couple of hitters are already bashing the ball. How do you approach games like this weekend and an offense like that?
I'm honestly really excited just to see how this weekend goes for all of us all around, but I just like to think of it as another hitting team. I don't want to get the moment too big. I know I did that our first game, and it was not a good game for myself, and I think I just want to keep my mind pretty neutral as it's just a team. Like Ariel said, it's a faceless opponent, so let's just get in there and get after it.
This weekend, you came in to finish off the game against LMU before you started against San Diego State. How is it pitching those consecutive innings where there's a little bit of that break in between, but you know you're going to start the next one when you come in for that first relief performance?
It's good because I feel like getting that little bit of break in between the games and just having that time to just like cool down for a second, but then also know like, hey, they're home team, so I still can go out and throw while they're hitting and everything while we're up to bat. So like it's nice having that little break because I can get a little food in, relax a little bit, and then get right back into the mindset of like, okay, it's go time.
Is it a little bit unnatural in that sort of tournament field where you're playing those double headers to end one game and then know you're going to start the next?
I wouldn't say so because when I was playing travel ball, it was something I was used to, was having back-to-back games and having a little bit of time in between. So it's kind of just giving me back to like those old days when I was playing travel ball.
How do you manage situations where they're out of your control? Like, Caleb made a great play but missed it, and it ended up where you're now bouncing back, but things that are outside of your control are affecting what's going on with this next hitter. How do you manage that kind of mental approach?
I kind of just like to let it go and just not even think about like what happened. Like if a hitter's on, okay, like we'll just get the next out. Because I know as a team we talk all about like, I got you next out, I got you on this. And it's always like the game will always find you if you make a mistake. It's just what you'll do the next time. And so I like to just think like, I know she's going to get me the next time. I know she's got me the next time. Or if she can't get me on this play right here, she's going to get me on the offense. And so it's knowing that no matter what, we've got each other's backs, and mistakes are part of the game. That's what softball is all about. So just what are we going to do to come back after it?